at leap.cc. Thank you so much, Jack Coles.
You're welcome. So come join the revolution. It's an educational revolution, but it is a revolution nevertheless. Put on one of our shirts and walk with us. Let's advertise it.
Keep up the good fight.
All right, thank you. Wow, that was a really great interview. You know, he really is insightful and knowledgeable. He even knew the date that journal article came out and the universities that did the study. So you know he's on his game, his A game.
He's not just in the United States; he's all over the world, protesting and changing laws. You know,
really inspiring. You know, because how difficult might it have been for him when he started that organization, you know, and say, you know what, like, I'm not just coming out of the cannabis closet, but I'm going to tell police that they're, you know, that they're shady and that this is, you know, this is wrong. So to come out as a retired police officer is really, really brave. We commend you for your work, Jack. Like, you totally are one of the cannabis freedom fighters. Speaking of which, we have another local cannabis freedom fighter in the
studio.
House.
Hey, guys.
What's going on?
That's Kyle Moore. He's an organizer, activist from South Jersey. You often see him protesting in Philadelphia and now all over the East Coast, as he's recently joined the Black Lives Matter movement and also been organizing to end cannabis prohibition here in New Jersey. Welcome.
Thanks, Vanessa. I was trying to combine the two with the marijuana movement and the Black Lives Matter movement. And the Black Lives Matter movement, ending police brutality, ending stop and frisk, just ending racial profiling, which, as Jack Cole just said, is the main goal of the drug war itself, going into poor areas and arresting young, poor black people. That's the main goal. So I just recently went on the March to Justice, which is a 9-day march, 250 miles from New York City to Washington, D.C., and it was with the Justice Package to end racial profiling and everything else I was just saying. And it was endorsed by the Justice League from New York City, and Harry Belafonte and a lot of other big actors supported the march, so we had a lot of money and things like that. And it was from April 13th to the 21st, so I only did 4 days of it. I came back so I could come back for 420 and smoke and trend. But the days I was there...
Did you march back or did you drive?
Oh, no, I had my friend pick me up. They had Greyhound buses with them, luckily, though. So,
but I did see you got a new pair of sneakers so that you could march around for many miles a day.
It was over 20 miles a day, so everyone had blisters at the end of the night, and it was just, we just soaked our feet.
Or were there, like, camping spots in areas like that where people could pull over, or did they have hotels that accommodated the members?
Well, we were luckily able to sleep in churches, a few black colleges like Lincoln University in Pennsylvania, big black college, and also union halls. We worked with a lot of unions and everything like that.
What he meant is it's a HBCU, which is a historically black college or university. Mm-hmm. Right, Kyle? That's what he meant.
That's right.
All right.
Of course.
Only black people get away with that, bro. We're white.
They didn't know I'm on the radio.
Well, yeah. So I was asking Kyle, like, so you're like a white guy on this Black Lives Matter march, like.
How was that experience?
Well, I mean, everyone was really nice. There was no discrimination on either side, and there was a good amount of white people. I mean, there was definitely more black and Latinos doing the march, and especially the organizers themselves. But no, it was great cooperation the entire way, and it was actually kind of sad marching because 3 people died in the 4 days that I was marching.
Wow.
In different parts of the country. And I left on Saturday night. When we reached Baltimore Saturday night, that was the night before Freddie Gray died. So I went back home, and then the next day I saw that the March to Justice went out of their way on the route just so they could protest with the protesters that were emerging Sunday morning when Freddie Gray was declared dead. And, of course...
In Baltimore?
Yeah, right in Baltimore. And, of course, they just had the riots on Saturday that we were all reading about and hearing about.
Man. They were there last night, too.
Yeah.
Right before.
It was actually...
It stopped.
When it happened last Sunday, it has not stopped since then. Like, the entire week, they've had protests in front of the police building every single day. And then Saturday was just a big march and ended in violence.
think the statistics is there's a murder by a cop killing a civilian like once a week now, or something like
Every
that.
28 hours.
Is it every 28 hours?
Every 28 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
But and also, those are the reported, killings. There's plenty of murders that happen that go unaccounted for,
All the
either
time.
because the people were left there to die and never brought in, or they were able to frame it and get away with it as some other type of self-defense. And so we know it happens more often than that, but that is the official statistic, every 28 hours.
I mean, we have this case here of Philip White in New Jersey that I don't know why that hasn't turned into a
in Violin.
in Violin,
Bitten by a dog
where,
right in the
where
face.
the police had
Yeah,
the
with
dog
the Grand
signal.
Prix and
He
all
was,
And this was
Yeah,
from
that
video,
was
too.
sick, y'all.
All
Yeah.
on video.
And they tried
He
to
was-
take the video, too.
Yeah,
Another
he-
Gotta
legal
get him
move.
on the show.
Yeah. Well, actually, I did a
Paul.
show with them the other day.
Yeah?
They called me. And that's like a disgusting. This guy was handcuffed. He was already unconscious from the beating. If you ever watched that video, he was unconscious from the beating when the police dog got there. And then the police dog, immediately started biting his face and his neck and shaking and everything. Like he ate the dude's face up while he was unconscious.
Wow.
And then you can hear the police officer saying, "Stop moving, stop resisting." Those things they say just to,
Because they get
justify.
it, documented.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't
said it.
stop reaching for my gun.
Don't reach for that gun that's not there.
Yeah. Well, what was that at that happened in, what was that, Bloomsville, Danville, somewhere up your way? There was the officer who they were beating a guy. He was already handcuffed. They yanked him out of a car, and the other officer wasn't even on the scene. He was 5 feet away, yelling, "Stop pulling my gun! Stop reaching for my gun!" And they didn't know the video was there.
Ridiculous.
Well, Kyle, tell us what's going on. I know that, we've been working on an event for the Global Marijuana March locally here in Jersey. Tell our listeners what's going on this Saturday.
So this Saturday, we're having the Poor People's Parade for Pot, hosted by everyone here pretty much. And that's going to be in Camden. And
At what time?
it's from 2 to 5, and we're starting at City Hall, and we're going to do a march stopping at several government buildings, and then we're going to finish in Johnson's Park, and that's where we're going to have the smoke out. And we're going to have great speakers along the way. Ricardo is going to be speaking.
Ricardo Rivera from Tuffy's Fight.
And we have several local people from Camden who are going
Gary
to express their
Frazier.
stories.
And actually Savannah Sprocket is going to, she's going to call in just a second. We're meeting at City Hall in Camden. If you're in the Philadelphia area, you can take the Patco line and get off right at City Hall, which is one stop over. You can get on at 8th and Market. You can also take the River Line as well and walk on over to City Hall. And
Only about 20 yards away. So
if you're taking the buses, get off at Walter Rand Transportation Center. But we're going to be marching around with all the other folks in New York City and D.C. and
even Delaware.
Yeah, in Delaware, the Cannabis Bureau of Delaware is putting on a march at Rehoboth Beach. So they're going to go down to the beach and march on the boardwalk with Hempy, the leaf. And hopefully get some people, interested in what they're trying to do, which is decriminalize in the state of Delaware.
Cool beans. Definitely.
Yeah. So,
So
tell
that's
us tell us what you did on 420.
Well, 420, I went to Ed's event right in front of the State House. We had about 100 people, and it was a beautiful day, even though it was supposed to rain. Sun was shining down on 420, and cops just went away. There was 2 of them, and we were laughing with them beforehand. And then they drove away 10 minutes beforehand, and we smoked right at the State House. It was actually really nice all around. And even on Saturday at the festival in Mill Hill Park in Trenton, once again, it was just a beautiful day. There was maybe 2 park rangers and a cop, but at 420 they just kind of disappeared, and there was no arrest or harassment.
I don't know about that. They didn't disappear.
No, they were.
Well, the
they
park
were-
rangers were
than-
there, but the
The
cop...
Rangers were there. I was smoking right next to them. They didn't seem to care at all.
Yeah.
They were
They were
lurking
really cool.
in the background, it sounds like.
Even though they took a couple people that they thought were kids and told them to leave, which they were actually wrong. They were like 21, 22. but they told them to leave, and they actually left. I didn't see it when it happened, but later I got the report on, and I communicated with the one kid. But he's not even actually a kid. Mm-hmm. But that's when I talked to Lieutenant Morris, that's what he said. He said, oh, there was a couple minors here. I had to get rid of them.
Okay.
Which is great. He was actually trying to help us, but he made a mistake.
Right.
They weren't minors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope that we don't have any problems with the Camden County Police next weekend. We're going to actually have some people from the area who are going to be speaking. One of them is Savannah, and Savannah is from Mad Hatter Glass, which is a local company here that supports the cannabis movement. Savannah, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, welcome
Thank
to
you
Fully
for
Baked
joining
Radio.
our show. Yeah, welcome to Fully Baked Radio. Tell folks a little bit about your company and where you guys are from and what you're trying to do.
All right. Our business originally started in 2013. We currently deal with markets in Columbus. We deal with Lakewood. We go to Freehold on occasion, Englishtown, and there's one other location, Berlin in New Jersey. It's all in New Jersey. Last August, we decided to launch a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, to kind of get word out there because people knew about us but didn't know anything. That's when we came up with the name Mad Hatter Glass. Mad Hatter Glass, it's trippy, it's crazy. We always carry different types of pieces. We've never had anybody say anything was ordinary. Everything that we carry is different, and we cater to 99% of the inventory that we have is based off of other people requesting it. So it's nothing that we pick and feel as though we need to sell this. If somebody comes up to us and tells us, hey, we want this or we want that, can you get it? Bam, we got it. So it's
That's
more
right.
like we like to cater to the people. We like to make the people happy. And we've never come across anybody that wasn't happy with us. We try to do what we can. We also give to local businesses. If there is a local business that is trying to up and come and they're trying to make a name for themselves or they need some type of support, we go for them. We start throwing out support. We start advertising for them. So we're not just doing it for the main classification for marijuana use or smoke use. We're doing it to broaden the ban for other local businesses.
Do you guys make your own glass?
No, we don't. We actually were looking into a couple local people in PA that we sent them our ideas of special pieces just specifically for the company. We're trying to see if they can come up with something original, different, but we currently don't make our own pieces.
But you support, it seems like, local artists from the area.
Yes, we're highly, highly dedicated to local artists. We also throw fundraisers when we get chances there's actually a little girl out in Washington, D.C. She's 4 years old. Last summer, she was diagnosed with ALL leukemia. And we actually threw a fundraiser in support to help her mother and family with the medical bills. And we actually raised over $800 and sent her a check to help out the family. So, I mean, we give to the community. We don't just profit and keep it to ourselves. We do what we can to, okay, we make sales doing this, but, okay, we got somebody over here that needs help getting word out. We got somebody that, needs a fundraiser. They need help. People that actually need help, we're there 24/7 to help them. So we don't just deal with being selfish. We actually try to help what we can and try to promote what we can. So we're constantly working 24/7. I don't think I ever sleep.
That's awesome. Well, that's like, that what you're saying is so representative of the cannabis community about supporting one another, giving back, helping each other, and, giving the people what they want, listening and being responsive. So we just really want to thank you for being on the show and talking about your organization. And Savannah's going to be talking in Camden on Saturday about the green economy, and hopefully, as a female who's running a business, you can inspire other people to get interested in this movement, because there's lots of opportunities that lie ahead for us if we do legalize cannabis in New Jersey, and we could start more businesses like your own and even expand it into other things. So we look forward to hearing from you.
Exactly. Before I get off, I was doing some research